It's not something that you can just watch from a few lessons and say, oh, that's what it is. I stuck with it, and I'd say, you know, within a little while, I thought this was the keenest thing since sliced bread.
First time I learned the rhythm pattern, I stayed up until 3 o'clock in the morning practicing it. And it was actually, I felt as though that rhythm was in my veins. Like, I went to work, typing on the computer and syncopation. It was a lot of fun.
Certainly when you start learning sequences, and I mean, all you do is you just do the same sequence with every girl, just to sort of get it ingrained in your brain, or, you know, once you get some new thing going, you tend to practice it a lot until it becomes a part of your repertoire. And then you learn a couple new things and you forget about that altogether, so.
We're gonna go hump, kick, 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 run, okay?
Peter Rensland and Lisa Jacobs were teaching classes at that time. They were the first ones. And Martin and I would just go to clubs and we'd dance, and we'd get all these people asking us, oh, where did you learn, where did you learn? I want to learn that, and so we started teaching ourselves.
I'm not comfortable with counting everything. I think when people start dancing, there's a need to know where, you know, where everything happens precisely in the music. Is it on the 1, is it on the 2, is it on the 5? And maybe that's useful when you start and whatnot, but I personally learned better by hearing a rhythm and then just trying to replicate it. That's usually what I tend to do in my classes, and that confuses a whole lot of people. And so sometimes, you know, I count, and other times I use the letters of the alphabet, and then people by that time figure out that it doesn't really matter if I'm counting or doing whatever, but that they have to go with the feel.
Rock, step, kick down, run, 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 and then just get to a rock step.
That's really what you have to do. You have to see like who you're working with and see what works for them, and then really adapt, I think.
6, 5, 6, 5, 6, and we go. Hump, step, kick, kick.
What I've come to realize is that my students have just as much to teach me as I have to teach them, in the sense that if I can put in place the kind of conditions that allow them to feel relaxed, that there's no hierarchy in the class, really make the class atmosphere in such a way that they feel free to experiment and try new things and look silly and laugh at me and laugh at them, and then, you know, just create that kind of atmosphere, I think, just puts a whole positive and good vibe on the whole class.
The more we started to click together as dance partners, the better our dancing started to feel, the more I felt that we had something to offer to other people. And our dancing gives me the confidence and the passion to want to share with other people. You know, when we have a good dance, I wish everyone could have that feeling. A normal class with us, we really like to work on dancing with the music above all, and getting a feeling for why it is you're dancing, what it is with the jazz, with the swing, how to get the swing into it, what swing is, and just how to make your body move in a natural way.
When you're dancing, like, there's a specific feeling that you should have. And I want all the students to have this feeling, and movement, and you know, how to work yourself into the music, like weave yourself inside and in and out of the music. That that's why I teach, just for the essence of sharing the feeling that I feel with others.
I don't care if you have no rhythm when you start out.
Can
I don't
learn?
care.
Anybody can learn.
If you want to learn, you can learn. You really can.
I saw the movie Swing Kids. Somebody told me I needed to see that movie, and I finally got around to renting it and watching it. And I just loved the dancing. I thought it was fantastic. So I wanted to learn, and I looked in Now magazine and found an ad for a class. And I started going out dancing essentially every night of the week, which meant on Sundays at Ted's Wrecking Yard, on Thursdays at the Hooch, Wednesdays at Barcode, and the rest of the week at the Reservoir Lounge. Basically, I would wake up at 4 or 5 in the afternoon, get on my bicycle, ride downtown into the Sunset, because I was living in the East End at the time, go out dancing, then go out for breakfast with people afterwards to Mel's on Bloor Street or something like that, and then bicycle back home, east into the sunrise, and go to sleep. And that was my whole day. I did that every day.
A friend of mine, you know, I guess had kind of heard about this swing dancing class going on. It was actually West Coast Swing. And so she said, well, would you come with me? I know that you're a good dancer and stuff. And I said, well, okay, you know, I thought it might be fun. I don't know. Somebody at the Toronto Swing Dance Society said, you'd be so good for Lindy Hop. You just have such a bubbly personality and etc. So I signed up, and that's basically where it all started.
Some teachers actually teach just at 4 out of 5, which I think is a bit harder. One of the reasons I love teaching is because I get to learn all the things that I'm teaching. It's like I'm in the class.
I always tell our students, if you don't feel the lead, then don't do it. And I don't want to be a hypocrite, so I'll just stand there, like with a really supportive look on my face. But you know, if they're not leading me, and then they'll say, you're good. I believe that you didn't know what was going on there.
Teaching, a lot of teaching I think is about analogies, because you have to find ways of making the student understand what you're trying to say. And so each teacher, each dance teacher has a whole arsenal of analogies.
Yeah, because you had a lawnmower one.
The
that
powered
wasn't
lawnmower.
working.
No, I like
well,
that.
no, it's funny, but wasn't I the lawnmower?
Yeah, the follower, is like a powered lawnmower, and the leader doesn't have to actually physically move the weight of the lawnmower. The leader just has to guide, and the lawnmower will power itself, you know.
And I think lawnmowers are great, but I just never thought of myself as a lawnmower before. And so our students came up with, I think, a better one, something like an air traffic controller or something like that. I don't remember, I don't know.
Okay.
But anyways, so that's an example of something we learn from our students. You know, they give us better analogies sometimes too.
5, 6, ready, and 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Now leaders, you want to lead her this way with your body, and then let go.
I'm proud of each and every one of our students. It takes a lot of courage to come out and take a class, and I feel like they're all very open, and they're like Lindy sponges. Or I see them coming out social dancing, and they're only beginner ones, and I think good for them, you know, because it's intimidating at first when you're first learning. To come out, because everyone just seems like such hot shots, and it's like everyone's very nice, I find, in the scene, but being a beginner can be intimidating, and I just get so proud when I see them out there,